Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another live from THiNC Institute of Design. As most of you are already aware, the NIFT exams are around the corner. The mock exams would be starting very recently from tomorrow onwards. And along with that, you have the actual exams that are scheduled for the 6th of February. So we would just quickly be running through the important things that are to be kept in mind in case of both CAT and GAT exams. Before I begin, let's wait for some of the participants also to join. Before I begin, let me also have a sound check with the host. Host, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, thank you. So there's been some notifications and important things which has been released. Important things that has to be kept in mind while you are writing the both CAT and GAT exams. So as you are all aware, the exams have been kept in the online mode. It would be proctored test. Proctored test basically means it would be invigilated. It would be invigilated, but not offline, just like how typically we used to have the NIFT exams, but in the online mode. They would be using technology and additional devices to ensure that there is no malpractices. So to begin with, basically you need to have two devices. That was something that was very clearly communicated earlier itself. If there is any questions regarding any of these things that we are explaining, or if you are not sure about certain things and all, please do not hesitate. Do ask us in the chat box. Okay. So there are mainly two devices that you're supposed to have. The first device should have a proper internet connection, 4G broadband. And along with that, you should have a device number 2. Now this device number 2 has to be paired. You need to have a specific app and all that has to be installed. Now to install that particular app, you need to ensure that that second device, that is device number 2, has to be a Android device, an Android mobile or an Android tablet. So device 2 has to be Android device, and device 1, it could be anything, mobile, laptop, PC, tablet. It's completely up to you. You need to have certain minimum requirements in device number 2. You need to have a camera, microphone, latest Google Chrome browser, along with the uCAN app. We had discussed about this in the previous lab. You need to go to the Play Store and you need to download it. So obviously, for that to be downloaded properly, you need to have an Android device as the second device. Okay. Now, please ensure that you're sitting in a very comfortable place where you do not have any sort of disturbance or any additional people who are coming in. There are no additional noises and things like that. Okay. Now, once you go to that sorry. Yes. So this is basically the setup that you need to use so that the video would be visible from the rear side. So the device 2 that you are using has to ensure that there is a good clear picture of yours being made available. So you need to either keep it on the left back side or probably on the right back side. These are the best two options that you could have. You will need to have a proper internet access, 4G or broadband. You will also need to have blank devices. Sorry, you will also need to have blank A4 sheets. Just a minute. Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, sorry about that. So you will need to have a 4G mobile, 4G internet connection, proper 4G internet connection. You will need blank A4 sheets. These blank A4 sheets you can use for your rough calculations. You also have to use the same things for the CAT examination. So you will have to do your drawings or your writings and things like that using the pencil color or poster color, and you will have to submit it. And if required, you will have to keep the drinking water. You won't be permitted to go away, or you won't be permitted to move away. Now, please ensure that because the exam is for around 5 hours, you will need to have both the devices fully charged, and also ensure that there is proper power backup. Let's say, for example, if you're sitting a bit far away from the power supply and all, please have the extension cords and ensure that it's completely charged, so that in between the exams, you do not have to, move around, because that would again lead to cancellation. Now, The step-by-step process that you have to follow is you have to click on this particular link using the latest Google Chrome browser in the device one. Device one is basically the first device that you have to keep in front of you. Once you do that, the link for the online test portal would be made visible. Now you will have to log in using the username and password. Where do you get that? It will be provided to your email ID. So please keep all those registered email ID and all, and the username password for the same and all handy, so that there is no additional confusion and all. Now, once you log in, such kind of a screen would be visible in You Can Access. And from there, you can click on the option that is the type of exam that you are going to write, and then click on Check Camera and Browser. Now, once you click on Check Camera and Browser, you're basically trying to identify yourselves. So there will be an automatic option wherein a photo would be taken. So they will verify it with respect to your hall ticket and all. It would be something like this. You have the option of taking the photo. It would take certain time, and you need to wait for around some time so that it will be completely uploaded, so that the image gets uploaded completely. Please to wait for that. Please give good ample amount of time. Now, the next thing that you need to know, now this is the first device number one, which is right in front of you. Once that is done, what you need to ensure is that the second device gets connected. So you will get a prompt saying, set the second device. Now, for setting the second device, what you need to do is, in the second device, you should already have You Can Access app. So we would always suggest you to already download it. And from there, once you download it, you have to scan this particular QR code. This particular QR code will be visible in the device number one. So once you scan that QR code, if you haven't installed You Can Access app, please to install it. Please to go to the Google Play Store and install it. It's always better if you have it as early as possible. Now, these are some of the mandatory requirements in device number two. That is the device which you would be keeping behind you on the right-hand side or behind you on the left-hand side. You need to have at least battery for 50%, internet, Google Chrome latest browser, camera, time zone has to be proper, permission checks and all should be given. Now, once all of this is ensured properly and the application does not find any issue with respect to your rights that you have given to that particular app, you'll be able to start the test. You will get an option. So are you ready to start the test? You can press on OK. And now your device 2 is ready. Now, once you're scanning the QR code, that is this particular QR code, which is shown in device number one. Once you scan that using device number 2, it might ask for the permission of camera. So please ensure that you are giving all those permissions. And worst case scenario, if at all you're forgetting to give it, you can restart it. Don't worry about that. Now, this is one of the best setups that you can see once you have to arrange the device 1 and device 2. This would be your device 1, wherein you would be attempting your exams, and this would be device 2. So device 2, preferably, please do not keep it directly behind. Please keep it a bit aligned towards the right-hand side or the left-hand side. Now, once all of this is done properly, you will get an option which says start the exam. Now, you can click on that. You can start the exam. You also have the option to navigate. You can click on the next button, previous button and all, and you can navigate. Now, please note, the first exam that you would be writing would be the CAT exam. Now, this would be the first screen that you would be getting. You can navigate it. And in the second screen, you will get a prompt to upload the scanned answer sheets. So you will have the option of uploading it as a single PDF document. So your CAT answers that you're going to write, you can scan them, you can join them, combine together and make it into a single PDF, and then you can upload it. You also have the option of changing the order and all, which we will be looking at in the coming slides. Now, you can go to the second device. Once this is set up, you can go to the second device and stop the camera by closing the camera window as shown below. The next thing that you need to do is you need to upload the PDF. You need to upload the PDF once your CAT exam has been completed. You have the option of PDF upload. This comes from the second device number 2 that you have. It's quite rudimentary. You can click on the plus sign. I think this would be known for everyone. You will have an option of taking photographs. So click on this. Every time you click on this, it gets documented. So it's basically like a PDF which you are building in the process. So once you have clicked all the photos that is required of the CAT answers that you have written, you can click on the next button. The PDF would be made. You have the option of changing the order also. If it's required, you can move it up and down. You can change the order and you can create the PDF. Now, you can save the PDF in your mobile. You have only saved it. You haven't uploaded it. The next thing that you have to do is you have to upload it. So you have only, as of now, you've only saved it in your device. Once that is done, you have the option of uploading the answer sheet. So there will be an option on the right hand side. You have the option of uploading. You can click on that and a scanning option like this would come up. You can click on that and you will be able to scan a QR code, which you will get from your device 1, which is right in front of you. You can scan that and you have the option of uploading. Once it is successfully done, you will get a message successfully uploaded. Now, having completed the process of uploading from the second device, please note the second device is what you would be using for uploading, which is the one that's on behind you. The first device you would be using for writing the exam. You can click on the next in the second device. It would show that the second device is no more paired because you've completed your CAT exam. You've uploaded whatever was to be uploaded. Now, once you choose the option to pair your second device again, repeat the same process. Again, in the first device, you will get a QR code. You have to scan on that. Once you scan on that, you will be able to go to the next screen and see the details of the PDF that you have uploaded. So what is the size, how many pages and all you uploaded, you can just cross check it. If everything is fine, you will have the option of saving and finishing it. Please note, once you click on save and finish, that would be it. You do not have the option of doing anything in terms of that particular exam that you have submitted. That is the CAT exam that you have submitted. This will be the first step that would happen. The GAT exam, we'll take it up in a couple of minutes. Now, what are some of the frequently asked questions with respect to all these things? What will happen if device 2 gets disconnected? The test would automatically get paused because both the device at the same time has to be switched on with both camera and microphone. Now, this won't lead to any cancellation at all. You will again have the option of pairing it again. This would also be visible in the device number 1. They would highlight it in device number 1 that your device number 2 has got disconnected. So you have the option of pairing the second device once again on this yellow colored button that you will have. Now, what will happen if you deny the permission for camera? If you unknowingly or by mistake, if you do something like that, you can do that again. The system will prompt again for the permission. You can give that again. There's nothing extremely dangerous that's going to happen. Question number 3, what would happen if I got disconnected from device number 1 where I was taking the test? Now, once that happens, in case you get disconnected from device number 1, please try to ensure that you connect as soon as possible. You connect back as soon as possible. So it's always better to have a backup internet connection or let's say a mobile hotspot. Regarding username passwords, we have already discussed. You can get it in the admit card. Now, if you try to log into your first device and if there is an option like this that is being shown, it just means that you have probably tried to log in from another device. So you'll have to log out from there and then try to log in here. The rest is all, I think, quite basic. So this would be it about the CAT exam. That is the first exam that you have to write. So after the CAT exam, you will have to write the GAT exam. Now for the GAT, again, you have to do the same things. That is how you are pairing the device. All those things would remain the same. Now to explain that in detail, let me invite Sachin sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Am I clearly audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So I will share my screen. So is my screen shared?
Yes, sir. It's shared.
Okay, thank you so much. So Suraj sir has well explained the process of CAT examination. So which is the first examination which is going to happen. So it is after that CAT examination, the GAT examination will come. So uh, the process is quite similar. The initial process which you are doing is quite similar, which has been Suraj has had all been discussed with you. But again, I will just, in order to confirm that, I will just quickly go through that process again. Okay, so initial process are exactly similar as the CAT examination, but again, I will just go through that. So again, after the CAT examination, so after finishing CAT examination, there will be around 1 hour break time in between, not the break time, in between the CAT and GAT examination, there will be a 1 hour gap. So the GAT examination, the login time for the GAT examination has been mentioned as 2 p.m. and the exam will start at 2:30 and it will end at 4:30 p.m. So that is the usual timing, which is 2 hour duration. The GAT examination is normally 2 hour duration. Okay. So in order to attempt the GAT examination, again, like similar to CAT examination, you require 2 devices. So one device for taking the test and second device for pairing and security, for additional security reasons. Okay. So it is on the device 1 you will have to take the test. So this device can be a mobile phone or a laptop, a PC or tablet, in which you have to be in which the device needs to have a working camera, a microphone, and latest Chrome browser. So that's for sure. You require the latest Chrome browser also. So it is only through that particular browser you should be able to log in to the exam portal. So no other special application is needed in the first device in order to access the test. But for the second device, for this additional security device, you should require an application which has been already mentioned by Suraj sir initially, and it will be only connected to an Android device, either an Android mobile or tablet. So you have downloaded from the Play Store, and the installation procedures has been mentioned earlier. So it will be like that. And one major thing, like the CAT examination, which you need to consider is the you have to sit in a place where other people will not there to disturb you, because since it's an all India level entrance examination, you have to do it in that particular seriousness. That's why they have been initiated such kind of security measures, not for a smooth examination. So for that, you must make sure that there will not be anyone to disturb you during the test, and you need to sit in front of device 1 so that your face is clearly visible. And also, if required, make sure use mobile sans since the paper duration is long also. Also, you should have a proper lighting, and you are clearly visible in the camera of device 1 and that of device 2. So that for sure. And the example images has been shown. Okay. So again, we are saying the requirements. You should have a 4G broadband internet connection, and also for GAT examination, for rough work, since it's an aptitude test, you should require some rough work. So for that, you should keep some blank A4 sheet, and this particular A4 sheet will be verified by the invigilator during the examination of time as for security purpose. So then only you can use that A4 blank sheet for rough works. Okay. And drinking water, if required, may also be kept handy before the examinations. Okay. So, and one major thing, so ensure the devices are fully charged, because it's a 2-hour examination. So please make sure the devices have a proper charge in it. Otherwise, make sure or just keep any such kind charging devices, and also ask the invigilator if there is some any kind of issue, you can take the permission in order to get charge the device. Okay. So let's get into the step-by-step process. Again, like the CAT examination, you have to log into the niftadmissions.in official website, and there will be a link in order for the login page, and the login page will be like that, and you have to log in using your ID and password, and the ID and password is there in your admit card. So you can use that particular ID and password to log in. Okay. So one major thing you just need to consider is that you should be only allowed to use a single device or single login device. Okay. So they have clearly mentioned that. So if you have login from a device, you cannot be, if there's something happens, if some error or something happens, you cannot be logged in like from another device. Otherwise, unless you have been logged out, no means closing the login device. So a single login from any one device is allowed during the examination. So if you have already logged in from any other device, then log out from that device first and try to log in from the current device. So they have clearly mentioned that point in the process. Okay. And after login, there will be instructions for before starting the examination. Go through the instruction very carefully and then only follow to the next page. And after login, there will be a check for camera. After login, you have to select the examination which you need to attempt. And after that, there will be a camera check and browser verification. So like this, the kind of window will be like that, and there will be option to check camera and browser, and you have to go through that. And there will be certain procedures like after successful checking of your mobile camera or desktop or laptop camera and browser, you will find 5 options like this, like browser or support, something like that, and found webcam devices or any other devices or webcam permission. So these such kind of permissions or some instruction or verifications will be there in the screen. And please ensure that, I think you can see this. One second, I will just zoom in for you. So the screen will be shown like this. So you can see some verification like check mark like this. And please make sure all the 5 options has been check marked as green. So if any option is there in which there is a red mark, the reason for that will be clearly visible in that, and make sure you have been followed the correct procedure for that, and make sure you have completed and verified that. So if there any error happen, there will be an option to also just clear that particular error, and again you have to retry for the permission. Then only you can proceed to the next stage. Okay. So and also one major thing, so in order to access your device, they will ask you for your permission in order to access your camera and microphone, whether it's a mobile phone or in a laptop or PC. You have to give them an access. So there will be a pop-up menu or drop down menu will appear in order to give access to camera and microphone, and please make sure you have accepted that.
I think grant access, allow, and yes are the 3 things that they will have to answer the most on those days. There is no other option other than.
Yes. So I think, yes, definitely that thing you just have to keep it in mind. So don't think like it's like another application or another prompt. So please make sure that don't go for any kind of, don't make any error, because otherwise you have to go for another settings and again go for verification like that. So please make sure that you are giving access at the right moment. Okay, so that is for sure. And there will be certain verification process, and like I have mentioned, there will be certain points you just need to clearly verify. So there will be a check mark, a green check mark. If everything is right, all check mark will be green, and if anything will be there, if anything happens, there will be a red check mark, and definitely the reason for that will be shown, and you have to set that clear. Okay, and after that you have to take a photo, and also it has to be uploaded, and there will be an option like take photo, and it will be uploaded. And at that particular time, so there will be some delay for uploading according to your connection speed and bandwidth. There will be some delay in that, but do not refresh that particular page or move out from the screen until it's get 100% completed. So That is another thing you just need to take care of. That is the do not refresh or move out of the screen until it gets 100% completed. So that is the major thing. Okay. So according to the internet connection and speed, there will be some delay. So that's normal. So do not refresh for that. Okay. So if everything goes fine, then you will be redirected to the examination start page. So in that particular page, you have to set the second device. Okay. So there will be an option like set the second device, like right now you are seeing right now. So the option like that, and you have to pair the second device. So pairing the second device is as same as the procedure in the CAT examination which you have done. The same step you have to follow. For that, you require the application, the you can access app, and the same procedure like you have to download, you have to scan the QR code, and also there will be a pair device option, and you have to scan the QR code, you have to give the permissions, all permissions. So again, the same step which we have been discussed in the first stage. Again, there will be QR code, so you have to allow the permission. Again, here also you have to give the permission and allow. So the permissions are really an important thing. If you block, like if you press block, it will not continue. Again, you have to just redo the same thing. So it will consume time. So make sure you're allowing the device to access. Okay. So if everything is right, then second device camera will start. Then place the second device at your left backside or right backside as screenshot below. So the second device has been paired in order to monitor you for security reasons. So you can place it in a sideways or rear side. Okay. So everything is fine. If the process is done properly, your screen on device 1 will show the exams start exam button as shown below. So again, even if the start exam button appears, the exam will only start at the specified defined time. Okay, if the process is fine, you have completed the process, means as usual, as exactly as the process has to be, then the start exam button will appear. But again, it only be started at the scheduled time. Okay. Then again, so after at the stipulated time, you can start the examination. So you can just click on the start button and you can start the examination. Then the exact timing of the examination will be shown on the screen. So especially the main thing which we would like to share is the GAT examination. You have to attempt as an MCQ question. So you can see that as an MCQ question. So it will be there will be choices. So you have to choose that. That's it. Okay. For the calculation, like in the arithmetic section, there might be calculation. So for that, you can use the rough paper. Okay. Also, the GAT examination screen allow you to go the next and previous question papers. You can navigate forward and backward through the test, because there might be some question you skipped and you just need to go back. So in that particular situation, there will be option to go back forward and also backward in the test itself. So you can navigate and you can see the questions, you can select the option. So there is option for that. Okay. So to navigate to the next question, you can also click on the question number panel. So there will be a question number panel, which you have been seeing right now. So there will be a panel in the left side that says there are question numbers. You can just click on that on the that particular number, and then you directly go to that particular question. Otherwise, you can use the next button. Okay. So you can back to the previous question by clicking on the previous. So there is the next button and also a previous button here. So you can go back to previous question by clicking on the previous button, and also to the next question using the next button. So after completing that, after completing the examination, so once you completed all the question, you can save and finish. You can click on the save and finish button and proceed to submit the paper. So there will be an option like save and finish subject. So you can click on that, and there will be a prompt like, are you sure you want to finish this subject? So if yes, if you don't want to review or if you don't go back to any kind of questions, you can just click on yes and submit to end the examination. So one thing you just have to remember that once you click on the finish button, you will not be allowed to change or resume the examination. So please make sure you have answered every question, or you have attended, or you have gone through every question paper and do not miss any kind of question. So you have to double check, and then you can just save and finish subject and you can end the examination. So once you click the finish button, you will not be allowed to change or resume the examination. So like this, there will be a screen are you sure to finish the subject, and you can click on yes. And one major thing, so these are the usual procedures in order to submit the GAT section, and they have mentioned some concerns and their solutions also. So if anything goes wrong, what you have to do at that particular time. So they have been mentioned those kind of concern and their solution also. So they have one reason will be if device 2 gets disconnected for some reason, what will you do? So that they have clearly mentioned that that particular situation will not lead to an automatic cancellation. So you will be only able to resume the test once the same is paired again. So the screen on the device 1 will also prompt you to pair the device 2 as given below, and it will be resumed. The question you have been done till there will be saved, and after you connect the device, it will be proceeded as same. Okay, so there will be no issues regarding that. Okay, and if there is any kind of delay in pairing, you can just inform the invigilator and take the permission. And there will be another issue will be what will happen if I have denied camera permission when the system asks for it. So that is the thing which have been discussed earlier. So do not deny the permission. So that's for security reason, and also the app permission, that is an app permission required for the examination. So please make sure you are giving the access. So if you have denied the permission by mistake in the browser, you need to clear the permissions again. So as your browser same the same history, then after clearing the same, attempt the test again. The system will again prompt for the permission. Please make sure you give permission this time. Okay. So what would happen if I got disconnected from device 1 from where I was taking a test? Will my test be cancelled? So they have mentioned that if momentarily, if you are disconnected, so you just have to connect back again immediately, and the system will ask you to repeat the verification process and to resume your test again. All the answer you have been done or saved earlier will remain saved in the system. So don't worry about that. So try to disconnect immediately. So that's the major thing. So where to find the username and password? In the admit card itself, they have been mentioned the user ID and password for login. So you can just go through that. So there will be some errors. So when I try to log into test 1, I am getting the error shown below. What is to be done? Like you have already active session in another tab. So in that particular situation, the test cannot be opened in multiple windows. So one major thing, you cannot attempt the same test in multiple windows. So you just have to make sure you close all browser tabs and windows and then try the process again on device. Sometimes you have means what, errorly just open the another tab and you are trying to log in through another tab also. So please make sure all tabs are closed and only the active tab is there. Make sure that. So I am not able to proceed the camera check on device 1. The screen shows an error as shown below. What should be done? So during the initial verification process, since if there is any kind of cross mark, the reason for that will be clearly mentioned. Like if there is any kind of browser issue, it will be mentioned there. So you have to clear that. Sometimes, like if you are errorly used an Internet Explorer or Safari like a web browser, they have clearly mentioned you can only work with the Google Chrome. You just have to log out and you just have to log in through the Chrome device. So like that, similarly, there will be some other errors. There will be instruction regarding that, what to do and what is the error which has been happened, and you have to verify that it again. So that's a major thing. And while perform the camera check process, I'm getting an error which reads as below. There is an error while uploading your photo. The difference between the time and current time is too large. What is to be done? So there also there will be some time zone errors. So you just have to set the time zone as India and set your current time to auto-sync bar automatic and try again. So this has to be in the PC. So that's the error related to the time zone. So there have been clearly mentioned the concerns also, the error that will happen and the measures you have to take while those errors. So please go through that. And tomorrow is the mock test starting. The mock test for the NIFT examination starting from tomorrow onwards. So please make sure and compulsorily attempt the mock test and get clear all the queries and doubt you have in that particular mock test, and also check for all kind of technicality which may face or some errors which may face. You just have to get clarified in this particular mock test, and that's for that purpose they have been initiate the mock test. So whether you will face any kind of technical issues or any other issues, so please make sure that everything is fine before the actual examination. So if any error happens, please contact the invigilator also and clear that particular error and make no mistake in the actual examination. So that's the major points which we need to discuss regarding the GAT examination. So Suraj sir, I think.
Yes, I think that would be it. We've clearly sort of tried to convey what exactly is to be done in both CAT and GAT exams. CAT would be the one that would be starting initially. So please, everyone, please ensure that everyone is attempting the mock exams. It's obviously compulsory. So it's always, so you obviously have to attempt that. Now, please note, we've been coming up with regular lectures for the last few days for students who are preparing for the NIFT entrance exams. So we have tomorrow a class at 9:30, tomorrow night at 9:30, that is going to come up on Padma Awards, which were recently declared, the 2022 Padma Awards. So if you're liking the content and if you want to listen to such similar content and all, such similar classes and all, you can support us by subscribing to our channel. We'll see you in tomorrow's class. Thank you everyone for listening to us. Any tips for GAT? Venom, I would suggest you to attempt the, I would suggest you to attend the upcoming live sessions and also the previous lives. I think we have had 3 or 4 sessions, which has already been done. So if you haven't attempted that, please, we would suggest you to please attempt that. Okay. If there are any more questions, you can post that in the chat box. Otherwise, we would see again tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. with another live on Padma Awards, which is important for general knowledge. So that would be it from our side until we see in the next session. Thank you, everyone. This is THiNC Institute of Design signing off. Thank you.